Good Sunday morning to you and welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Felicia Combs. America's weekend depends on the weather, and this weekend, Winter Storm Flynn is set to freeze people across the plains. So why not weather this morning just for the southern plains this time with Winter Storm Flynn. This is what we're looking at. We've got winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories across the southern plains into the Ozarks. Fayetteville, you're included in that winter storm warning, as well as Woodward into Tulsa. These winter storm warnings are going to expire from the west to the east because we're going to see that snow slowing down from the west to the east as this system moves through this morning. So right now we're seeing a report of 2.5 inches there in Stratford and Dalhart, 2 inches. So you can see we are starting to see this pile up a little bit, and this is going to be kind of a day-long thing for your Sunday. Will we begin to see it kind of clearing out from west to east? Yes, we will. But for places like Amarillo, for places like, say, Tulsa, you guys are going to be seeing some of this active weather on and off. I-40 certainly going to be messy this morning. Messy in different ways. So Oklahoma City and Amarillo getting that frozen type of precip, certainly slick roads going on there. But even where we're seeing the rain for a place like Fort Smith as that continues to move in, of course, that's going to make the roads a little bit more treacherous to get out on, so give yourself some extra time. In Wichita, we still have that snow falling, but look what's happening. We are starting to see that clearing coming in from the northwest as all of this continues to push southeastward. For a place like, say, Oklahoma City, you have several more hours left in this. For a place like Springfield, you've got a couple more hours before you really start to see the thick of it, and then you'll be stuck in it into the latter part of your Sunday. So certainly going to be impacting some people if they're trying to head out this morning around Oklahoma City, Paul.
Certainly.
I'm sure they can create a wave pool, right?
I'll tell you what, the Atlantic there, on the France, coast of France. Hey, it's half past the hour.
Kidding. No,
I'm reminiscing back when we could travel. Remember those days? Oh, they're coming back soon. Right now, we're back with you for the half hour of Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Felicia Combs. Yeah, there's no need to channel surf today, but we got plenty of action right here as we track 2 winter storms. But really keeping eyes on the northeast as we head into next week, because this could be a significant snowstorm for millions of people, especially along that 95 corridor. So let's break down what's going on. We've already kind of talked about it a little bit. This system is currently bringing some of that unsettled weather to the Pacific Northwest. A dip in the jet stream. This upper level disturbance continues to progress eastward, and that brings us our unsettled weather, of course, initially moving across the center of the country and then eventually making its way to the northeast. So here's what we're expecting: another smattering of snow Monday through Tuesday across the plains, across the Front Range, generally about 3 to 5 inches at the most. I'd say mostly, though, we're going to see 1 to 3 inches for cities like Oklahoma City and Dodge City as we head through late Monday night in through Tuesday morning, and then this just continues to kind of progress eastward as we head through the day on Tuesday. Now, when we really see this kind of intensifying, the jet stream triggers this low pressure system developing off the coast, and we are going to get all the possible threats with this: the wind, the heavy snow, the rain coming along with it where we don't have enough cold air. So let's break it down model by model. This is the European model. You can see it has that center of low pressure pretty close to the coast as we look toward Thursday, and it's got most of the northeast, that 95 corridor, just smattered in snow through Friday, and that's where we're seeing the heaviest totals here, especially with the European model well west of that 95 corridor. So we're talking central PA, a little bit farther to the north and west. Now, the American model has a little bit of a different solution. You'll notice this main center, this main circle of low pressure is a little bit farther off the coast. So that is going to bring more of the snow along that 95 corridor, at least closer to that 95 corridor. You can see from Philly, New York, down through Baltimore, D.C., you guys are getting in on some of the heavier snow with the American model. Regardless, though, both of these models are hinting at a pretty significant snowstorm across the northeast, so I would go ahead and prepare, of course. Of course, right now we are on Flynn. If we get this storm named, it would be Gale. Paul.
Good Sunday morning to you and welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Felicia Combs. America's weekend depends on the weather, and this weekend we're talking Winter Storm Flynn set to freeze people across the plains. So if you gotta be
face, the pet all up in the face.
You're not sharing your ice cream with your
No! Oh, that's just straight nasty. You know what?
Tweet him about it, guys.
Do you know what they're licking and put their nose in? That's That's a no. That's a no for me, dog.
Break it down for me.
Yeah, that's a no for me. It's half past the hour as Weekend Recharge is rolling on. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Felicia Combs. It's a great day to stay in, curl up with a warm and furry companion. There you go.
Not the face.
All in the
Not
face.
in the face.
Millions of people are in for snow this week, and that accumulating system, not just in the Northeast. Of course, we got to move it through the central portions of the country first. So let's break it down for you exactly what Mike is talking about. It's not the system that we're looking at right now. It's the next system that's still actually offshore. It's going to move onshore through the Pacific Northwest, that dip in the jet stream, that disturbance progressing eastward, bringing the unsettled weather with it as it moves east. You see it here. It is going to be impacting everyone from where it is right now, bringing the precipitation to the Pacific Northwest, to another round of snowy weather across the southern plains. That's right. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Denver, Colby, Dodge City. You guys may have those flakes moving out from this system we're dealing with today, but it won't be long until you have more of those flakes moving in Monday night into Tuesday. So your Tuesday morning commute in, say, Wichita could be okay, but by your lunch hour into your afternoon, those roads are going to get slick, moving into places like Joplin and Springfield as well. Now, that disturbance that we were talking about with the jet stream is going to help to spawn a low pressure system at the surface. The circulation of the moisture around that is going to bring rain and wind and heavy snow to some portions of the Northeast. But the two models are still in a little bit of a disagreement as to where they want to put most of the snow. So here's a European model. You see the center of low pressure here represented by that tight circle, and you'll notice it's bringing a bit more of that snow through, say, New England, and it kind of hugs the coast a little bit more tightly. So we're seeing some of those more impressive snow totals stretching all the way up through New England and then displaced farther to the west. Now, the American model has a little bit of a different idea about what it wants to do. It keeps that main center of low pressure a little bit farther off the coast, and therefore it does have the heaviest snow a little bit closer to that 95 corridor. Paul, definitely a lot for us to watch over the next several days.
Yeah, I'll be fine-tuning that. That snow Mike is seeing in Oklahoma City is just the start of a cold, snowy, and messy week ahead for millions of Americans. We're timing out Winter Storm Flynn, and yet another storm after Flynn. That's going to bring perhaps a 1-2 punch of snow and ice across the plains, mid-Atlantic, Northeast, even New England.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. And even the places that don't get snow, well, you're still in for some travel troubles. We're tracking rain across the south, including the threat for severe weather.
Plus, this year has been marked by historic weather disasters. How you can give hope to those who are still recovering.
Winter Storm Flynn. That's what we're talking about. It's set to freeze people across the plains, doing its job